Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to continue showing you how the catalog works in 360E. So let's get started. We can start from any location in the system simply by going to the primary navigation bar and selecting catalog. In the last video, we gave you a general overview and showed you the main elements or components of the catalog. In this video, we're going to show you how to create items and categories and how to organize them inside. So let's get started. Notice that I have the catalog tab illuminated. And I'm going to start on this first level here. You can select to start a category or to create an item. Let's just start with an item. So I'm going to click on item. It's going to open this dialog window up. And I'm going to, in this case, I'm not going to assign it to a category, but let's just look at what's inside here. I can assign an item to a category when I make it, or I can just leave it loose. I can assign whether it's a material or a labor item, which we'll cover in a later video. I'm going to assign this a name, so let's call this 12-2 Romex. I can put a description in here, which I'll just put some gibberish. I can assign a UPC code. And this next window I'm going to leave for a later video as well. I can actually assign a designated amount of labor that goes with this item per unit quantity. And we'll cover that in its own video. Right now I can also select what vendor supplies this. Now this will come in handy because you can have the same item covered by multiple vendors, and that item can have a separate price for each one of those vendors. In this case, I'm just going to leave it loose. I can give it a specific part number. I can give the wholesale cost. This is going to represent what I pay to the vendor for this part. In this case, let's call this $9.99. Unit of measure, I'm going to say per foot. And I'm going to say that I sell this. It's giving me a suggested retail of $11.75 because I have a default profit margin built into this. But I can select any markup that I want. In this case, I'm going to say that I want to sell it for $15 a foot. Now once you have this in here, you can also mark it up as well here. But I'm just doing this the long way. I'm just putting my own value in here. I'm going to hit save. And now that item you'll see exists inside the catalog, in the catalog. Now the next thing I'm going to do is create a category. So I'll go to my first line here and select category. Now I'm not putting this inside of another category, so I'm going to leave that blank, but I'm going to show you later how you can actually put subcategories into your categories. I'm going to call this category wiring. Again, I'm going to say that this is a material, and that's all I have to do. I'm going to leave it loose, put save. Notice now I have wiring as a category in here. Now let's take that a step further. Let's say that I have hundreds of items or even thousands of items that go into wiring, and so I want to break out wiring into subcategories. So I'm going to go to edit. Notice the little edit icon here. And I'm going to take wiring. I'm going to give this a name, but see, I'm going to select a parent category first. I'm going to select wiring as the parent category, and now I'm going to call this Romex. I'm going to keep it as a material, and I'm going to save it. Okay, now notice inside my wiring category, I have a subcategory now. So where this would apply forward is I could have Romex be one subcategory, and then I could have all different types of wiring that I want to break into whatever categories I want. A lot of times when you get your list from your vendors, they might already be set up into categories, and that's where you would line these up. But you can have any number of subcategories in any given category. So we've created an item, a category, and a subcategory. Now what I'm going to do is take an item that I've already created and add it to a category, which is very easy. Simply open the item. Notice that it's not inside of a category right now. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to see I have category wiring here, and now here is a subcategory Romex. So I'm simply going to take the information that I put in, select that category location, save it. Now you'll see when I go to wiring, to Romex. Inside Romex, here is my item. And that can be done with any other items as you go through. So if you're using the catalog to create things an item at a time, or if you're just going to your existing catalog to add items, you can do it this way. Simply create these using your options over here, and then you can go back later and edit them and organize them the way you want. So many ways to do this. So I hope you've enjoyed. In the next video, we're going to show you how to import a pre-existing list, either from a vendor, from your hard drive, or for anywhere else that you have these parts organized. Thanks.